He wrote down the name of the criminal in his notebook, but to his surprise, the criminal immediately suffered a heart attack and fell to the ground in agony. Then he wrote down the name of a gangster's umbrella, and the next moment he too had a heart attack and collapsed. Then the son of a high-ranking official, who was acquitted of murder, also collapsed and died. Newspaper reports of such incidents were widespread, and everyone thought it was probably the same person. Not only did this act of punishing criminals lead to a large number of adoring fans, but they even gave this messenger of justice the name Kara the Savior. Who would have thought that this Kara was just a college student, Kevin, and he was standing right next to them? A month ago, Kevin was on his way home from school when he found a notebook falling from the void. Even the rain around him was avoiding it. Kevin walked into the notebook and found weird instructions on how to use it. Whoever wrote his name on the notebook would die. Kevin didn't take it seriously, but then the name of a fugitive murderer came on TV and he wrote it down. But the next day, he read the newspaper and was shocked that the murderer was really dead. He hurriedly opened his notebook to make sure it was the right name, but he was still skeptical that it could be a coincidence. The intellectually gifted Kevin decided to test the notebook's power for himself, so he went alone to find a bully who used to pick on him, and at a red light, he slowly took out his notebook and slowly wrote down the bully's name, and then the bully fell to the ground in pain. From that day on, he wrote down the names of criminals in his notebook every day like a judge. He felt that he was a god, and that no matter if the criminals were on the run or their protectors, those who could not be punished by the law would be punished by him, and he wanted to create a new world without criminals. But Kevin's troubles soon began when the FBI targeted Kara and, coincidentally, his father was involved. Luckily, the police were clueless as to whether it was an accident or a murder, so they called in the world's foremost detective, L, to investigate the case. L has helped the police solve many cases, but he's arrogant and never shows his face. L's assistant pulls out a computer and L's voice comes out through a voice changer and L says he's got a way to find Kara. A few days later, Kevin saw a special global news broadcast on TV. The man in the TV claimed to be L. He could mobilize the police around the world to arrest Kara, and said that Kara was not a savior, but just a childish murderer. Kevin was so angry that he took out his notebook and wrote down L's name, and then L died on the spot. Kevin laughed at the idea of arresting him, but the next moment Kevin could not laugh. The TV came from the voice of L with a voice changer. I did not think that you can really kill people through the air. The man you just killed is just a death sentence. I am the real L. If you have the ability to kill me. Kevin knew he was being tricked, but he didn't know L's name or face, so he couldn't do it. L's voice came again. It seems you need certain conditions to kill someone. This game is won by L. And the super intelligent L began his even more perverse reasoning. The news was simulcast all over the world, but in fact it was broadcasted in different regions. All the other regions were fine except for Kanto, Japan, where the man on the TV died on the spot. Also, the first victims were all in Japan, so L deduced that Kara was in Kanto. At the end of the episode, L provoked Kara by saying that I will execute you myself in the near future because good will triumph over evil. This statement completely enraged Kevin. Justice, I am the justice, I will kill you before you catch me.